Welcome world, welcome world. Right now you're listening to Mob Ties by the homie D Jones. This is off Loudadelphia 4. Shout out to Philly. Shout out to the bro McCall for hooking up this interview. Shout out Trent, shout out Camden, shout out Petey, shout out Freeway.
Philly.
Jersey, fuck with this. New York, fuck with this. This Mob Ties right here.
Jones, baby.
I really called it from the stoop before I got it in the booth. Yeah. Now I'm bucking corners, spilling ashes in the coop. Still pull up the stores where me and mommy got a tab at. They all know what I'm on, they just like that I come back. Trapper of the year, 3 times, they wanna relapse. Everybody feel like they the man, you gotta be that. Brought it to opportunity door like where the cheese at. Pave my lane, then I ask the dealer where the keys at. They can't fuck with me, they trippin'. I'm on another mission, when I spin it called ballistic. That's a body, not a witness. I be with the hitman, send him right to where you livin'. Souls run out of shells, he pull a weapon out your kitchen. Welcome to the mob, don't get tangled trying to untie what we tied. Fuck around and wake up in the tide. I'm so nutty,
that is Mob Ties, that is the brother D Jones. That's off Loudadelphia 4. D Jones, welcome to the show, my brother.
What up with the guys? How you guys?
Everything good, brother. Thank you for being here today. I am the brother Burnz, as always. To the left, I got the brother V.S.
VS to the OP, you know what it be, man.
And on the check-in, we got the brother Blood.
Yes, sir.
Yo, what's cracking, my G's? We in Philly today, boy. Stay low and keep firing.
The city of brotherly love.
That's right.
Once again, shout out to the brother D Jones in the building today. Shout out to the brother McCall for hooking it up. Shout out to Philly. Shout out to all our listeners checking in on Apple Music. Apple Podcasts. All the listeners checking in on Spotify. Everybody checking in on YouTube. Make sure you hit the follow, like, comment, and share. D Jones, my bro, Mob Ties. Who produced that joint?
Mob Ties was produced by. Hold on, give me a second.
All right.
The way I pick, I sit with a bunch of producers, and I just say I like that beat, I like that beat, I like that beat, I like that beat, and then the next group will come in, and I like that, and then I'll go back and so I'm not working with names, I'm working with the sound itself. So
all right.
Sometimes to pinpoint the producer to the record beat, I have to listen to it, try to think of it'd be hard that way.
Well, shout out to him. He did something in the second verse where he did like an effect on the beat as you're rapping. Right along when you said the bars, they can't take away our thing, something like that. Towards the end of the second verse, it sounded really dope. I really like that song. I really like the whole project you got, as a matter of fact. That's Loudadelphia 4. Everybody make sure you check that out. That's on the streaming. All DSPs.
Trap produced that.
Shout out to Trap. Definitely feeling that joint.
Trap produced that.
Before we get into your career and everything and your legacy, I want to talk a couple of current events real quick. So as most people know, most of our listeners know, Kanye West just recently announced he's dropping a new album, Donda. It was supposed to drop Friday. It got pushed back. But he had like a pretty dope listening event. Did anybody catch that? Did anybody see pictures or anything from that?
I saw a few pics from it. Go ahead. I'm sorry, D Jones.
No, I seen the pics. The pics look dope.
Did you hear any of the music?
No.
Did any of y'all brothers hear any of the music?
Aside from the Jigga joint, no.
All right. I only heard the Jay-Z verse on the album. I think it's pretty dope. I think a couple people are hating on it. I look forward to the project. I'm a little... Kanye did us again like Kanye always does us. So he did a listening session and then he didn't drop the album. I thought that was hilarious.
Yeah.
But
he's building anticipation.
I look forward to hearing it. It sounds like it's going to be a more personal, emotional kind of album.
And it seems kind of like he's going away from the whole Christianity thing too.
Yes, and the whole Kardashian thing.
Yeah, true.
So that's
I did hear about this. I did hear about that Kim brought the whole family to the show, and he's out there talking about I'm losing my family. They're right there, fam. You know what I'm saying?
Kanye's always gonna Kanye.
That I did read
about. Is that track that's on the commercial with with Cherie Richardson. Is that going to be on the album?
Yes,
You know what I'm talking about?
that is
that is
one
on
of
the
the lead songs on the album. And speaking of Cherie Richardson, I just want to send a big fuck you to the Olympic Committee for their unfair treatment of our people, once again, as it always continues to happen in the Olympics and in the world. I don't know if you guys heard, but there's a fencer who was accused of sexual assault and was allowed to be on the Olympic team so long as they provided a safety plan to keep him away from women.
What the fuck out
That's
of
some
here?
fuck shit.
That's some
That's some
bullshit.
fuck shit, man. And then one of ours gets caught smoking weed and she can't run. Fuck out of here, man.
And then there was another Olympic athlete. I believe she was a softball player. No, not a softball player. Something is a female. She got caught steroids in the system. She says she ate like a bagel or something.
She ate steroids.
She ate something with some steroids, and that's why it was in her system. She's allowed to compete in the Olympics.
Wow.
White athlete.
And you know,
that's grimy.
you know what the whole shit about should we call it, the whole shit about that is that they were gonna let her participate in the Olympics, just not the 100-meter dash, where it's her event, and she was clearly gonna win the shit.
Yep.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
she's a world record holder.
Yeah.
So shout out to her. Keep pushing. Props on the Kanye commercial, the Beats commercial.
Right.
Fuck you to the Olympic committee, and I mean fuck you to everybody who just keeps pushing this unfair agenda that's been permeating American society for the past 100 and not even the past
Since
500, 600 years or
Since
whatever.
these motherfuckers came here and settled here.
For real. Let's get into Philly, another Philly artist. Before we get into D. Jones and his full legacy and his career, I want to talk about Lil Uzi Vert. I don't know if you guys heard this, but as of yesterday, Lil Uzi Vert is the first rapper to purchase a planet.
Like I said, what planet did he buy?
Planet Hollywood.
You heard about this, D. Jones?
I seen it. I didn't know that was. I thought it was like clickbait.
I don't know how. I don't know who he bought it from. I don't know if the aliens gave him the deed. I don't really understand what the fuck is going on anymore, but Lil Uzi Vert now owns a
Who
planet.
do you pay for a planet?
That's what I said.
Exactly.
That's what we wanna know.
Who sold it to him?
Who did he buy it from?
And is he ever going to go there? What if it's occupied? Like, there's so many questions, and it's just mind-blowing.
I got a bridge he could buy real quick, too.
Yeah. I'll sell him this
Shit, man.
podcast. But Uzi is from Philly. Shout out to Philly. Shout out to D. Jones, Philly representative in the
Who do
building.
you see? Like,
I don't know, man. Uzi first with the $5 million diamond on the face,
Yeah.
and now the planet buying. I mean, first of all, how the fuck? How much money Little Uzi got?
He got a lot
Not to check another man's pockets, but I don't see him going 5-10 platinum. He's not a Drake.
I don't know, bro. He got a following.
Our planet's
he's
cheap.
Uzi. He's definitely Uzi.
That's
Word.
for sure, bro. Shout out to Uzi though, making history. First rapper to buy.
This
a planet.
motherfucker think he part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe and shit. Like, who the fuck is he?
You know who's pissed off right now, right?
Who?
Soldier Boy.
Talk to us.
Oh, yeah.
He wanted to be first.
He wanted to be the first. He's pissed off.
Not the first.
But no, let's get into D. Jones. D. Jones, you come from Philly, man. Philly carries a long legacy of lyrical,
Spitters.
street, hard, dope rappers. Going all the way back to what's my man that had the joint? Damn, was it Schoolie D?
Schoolie D, yeah.
Right? Yeah, he had the joint.
Oh, yeah.
About being in jail, I think. Son, damn, I don't remember the name of the song, but I know Philly has always had this long legacy, and now D. Jones, you are part of that legacy, my friend. How does that make you feel, and is there an added pressure on your shoulders repping Philly?
I feel it's an honor. It's always an honor to be a part of such a dope class of MCs. Such as like Legends of Philly. The weight is heavy because you don't want to drop the ball. You want to carry it as far or further than the last person got a chance to carry it. But it's fun.
Have you interacted with many of the Philly legends? I know on the album you have PD Crack. I know you got Freeway.
Yeah.
So obviously that's a stupid question because you have. What other legends have you collaborated with or been around?
Me and Young Chris got records. Me and Oskino got records. I was just with Beans at the Dipset and State Prop show. He was just telling me how proud of me he was and how dope he thought I was and how dope I've become.
So he's watched you as you progressed. And real quick, where was this State Prop Dipset show at?
No, State Prop.
VA.
Damn. That must have been dope as hell.
Super.
Did Beans perform?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Wow.
I missed that motherfucker. Damn.
Like 40 minutes, too.
Oh, wow.
No shit.
Did you perform?
No, I was just happy to be in the building that night.
Oh, no, that's awesome, bro.
That's
wow,
dope.
That's a show I would have really liked to have gotten to watch. State Property's dope as fuck, man.
Mm-hmm.
Facts.
A lot of
Then
spit.
I
Man, it was on top of the planet for a minute, man.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate that we didn't get to see the full evolution of what State Prop could have been.
For real.
I think that's one of hip hop. That's one of many hip hop tragedies. Due to the breakup of The Rock, State Prop had to do whatever they had to do. But had they continued, had Beans remained focused, I know he was talking about dropping a cartoon for State Prop. They had the clothing, like they had the movies. Shit, they had 2 movies. They had the sneaker. They had a whole little empire growing, and I just feel like it could have grown into a forest. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, everybody could have branched off. Absolutely.
Hell yeah, bro. So, but still, shout out to Beans, PD, Freeway, Young Chris, Neef, Oskino, all them brothers. Definitely a part of the soundtrack to our lives. I'm sure yours as well.
For sure.
Absolutely.
Do you have a favorite Philly artist though? Like somebody that you were like, oh, I want to be like this dude, like, or at least come close to this dude. You know what I'm saying? When I get up.
It was State Prop. You kind of like, it was a little bit of everybody. Like you wanted a little bit of that whole group, like
Right.
the presence Mac bring.
Mm-hmm.
You wanted to have a wordplay like Gunna and the flow like Crack and Free and Streets. Like it was just different parts of the whole State Prop. Being from Philly, it was like you took different parts of all of that. Those was our guys. Like that's what we had.
And I'm glad they're still out there performing and doing shows and dropping music and stuff.
Yeah.
Young Chris, one of the most underrated rappers I think in the history of rap, yo. There was a point that he was rolling with Jay every day, and they was there. You know what I mean?
No, yeah,
they was there.
He influenced Jay-Z a lot on a lot of different tracks and his wordplay as well.
Hell yeah. A lot of people will say that Philly, State Prop, Beans, and the whole crew changed the way Jay rapped at a point. Yeah. You know what I mean? When he switched to the whisper flow and the
Nah, they definitely influenced. As much as Jay-Z influenced them, they definitely had their influence on Jay-Z.
Right.
And he needed that.
Yeah.
He needed that young energy. He needed that street back. So it was a dope marriage for what it was. You know what I mean? Hopefully one day we'll get to see them all back together.
Word.
Now, D Jones, you are signed to So Raspy. Is that correct?
Yep.
Now that's that means you're signed to Jadakiss.
Yep.
As a Philly artist, before we get into signing to Jadakiss, how were you feeling at the time of the State Prop versus D Block back and forth?
Word.
See, look, that was all that to me. Like that was one of the dopest parts of like hip hop, because before we had our own State Prop, we were listening to the Locks. So then we got our own State Prop that was like ours, and now they're going at it with the Locks. Like, it was just a sit back and watch thing. It was like, oh, this is crazy.
Yeah. So as a Philly resident, and a fan of the Locks, and now a fan of State Prop, like there had to be some bias, right?
We should hold that. We should hold that question, as a matter of fact.
All
We
right.
should hold that
Hold
question
that
for the
question.
end.
Let's get into the actual connection with Jada. How did that happen?
Through a mutual friend, he's from my neighborhood. Him and Jada had their own relationship. His name Yacht. He was down the way, and Kiss came down to see him, and they was like, "Yo, Kiss on the block, pull up." And he was already aware of who I was from just doing my upcoming during the DVD era and all that. We just kicked it, and then I played him some new music. He like, "Yo, that's what you been doing?" I'm like, "Yeah." He like, "Oh, I can fuck with this. Like, I see what you trying to do. Like, I can push this." That was like 3-4 years ago. I'm like, all right.
Wow.
So I just was like, all right, maybe like 2-3 years ago. Yeah. And for like the first year, I ain't even call a phone or I just, you hear so much funny talk. You be like, man, you get tired of that. So I ain't pressed the issue. Then I was touring with East, and he came out to a couple shows. So, yo, you ain't get with me yet. I'm like, oh, that was serious. All right.
Yeah.
All right. So then I started reaching out, and he was like, yo, pull up. Me and my homie pulled up to the stew. The crazy thing, he played me his album. I played him a bunch of new music for him and Poobs. He played me the album, and after that, we just gonna make it work.
Are you were you the first artist signed to Jada? I can't recall ever hearing of another artist.
Nino Man.
Oh yeah. The white boy, right? He got a white boy.
You know, Millie's was first,
yeah.
Oh shit, Millie's is signed to Jadakiss?
Yeah.
Oh shit, I didn't know that. I Millie's
and Nino Man and Big O.
Nino Man too. Damn, I didn't think of Nino Man for some
Harlem
reason. And Big U. Oh wow.
It's a nice little roster right there.
Yeah, definitely shout out to Jadakiss. I don't know Millie's. I only know him because I watch there's a channel on YouTube that they do like hip hop documentaries, and before every documentary he'll be like, "Oh, this is my song of the day." And I think him and Mills must be cool because he's often the song of the day. So that's how I saw him, and I was like, "Oh shit, this white boy look crazy as hell."
Yeah, Mills.
Shout out.
He stay rocking with Jada.
Shout out to him though, man. But congratulations, absolutely.
Yeah, word up, congrats.
Word.
Question, D, you say you was touring with East before that relationship with Jadakiss. You did that on your own?
Yeah.
Wow, that's big, man. Because I heard a couple of the tracks that y'all got together, and y'all sound good together back and forth.
He's my guy.
Yeah, shout out to JB.
I knew East longer than I knew Kiss. I mean, East was cool for years. It was Freaky from my block, and they met. And then East used to come to the block for the summer. So we was homies before he started like really rapping. And then once he started rapping, I was like, come on, let's just get it.
Now you guys work together a lot. Have you ever thought of dropping like a mixtape or something together?
Yeah, we always talk about it. But the way we both work so much. Like he's constantly in the studio, I'm constantly in the studio. So we'll get together and it'll be like, all right, yo, let's do something. We'll do a record, and then the rest of the night is laughs, jokes, stories, laughs, jokes. Like, it's done, bro.
Do you consider yourself a lab rat?
Yeah.
Yeah, big time.
As much as I try not to be. I try to be outside, like to get the energy of what's going on, so that I know what's going on. I'm not just making the same music over and over, like, you know what I'm saying?
Right. But there's a certain like feeling when you're in the studio, like when the creativity's flowing and ideas are bouncing and that energy's there, the creative energy is flourishing. Like it's hard. Yeah. I can imagine for an MC of your caliber that it would be hard to like want to leave, because like that's what you want to do. That's where you do it at. But
majority of my sessions end from sleep.
Right.
I'm tired. All right, I'm done. After this verse, I'm going to bed. Like, be that. That's the way the majority of the sessions end, unless it's like this is a session after our session, so we have to wrap it up. Right?
Oh, that was gonna be my next question. Do you have a home studio or do you travel to the studio?
I had a home studio, but it get boring.
Walls, like, is it harder to create at home?
For me, it is because I don't physically like write. So I pour energy from all over the room, and just different stuff, like
right.
different atmospheres, different conversations. So sometimes being in the house or just being like secluded so much, it boxes in your creativity. To me,
Right. No, that makes
other
absolute
people
sense.
getting a home studio can knock out 1,000 records. Like I'm gonna do 3, and then it's like, yo, let's go somewhere.
Yeah.
Let's do something else. Like I need that energy. Like,
And you mostly in Philly when you're in the studio, or you know, since you signed to Jadakiss, you be in New York. Am I right?
yeah, but I was been recording in New York for the last 2 years. I just signed with Jada this year in 2021. So that's after we did the video, after we did the record.
After the Woo record, that record,
Yeah, that was that.
dope, very dope, dope ass song too, man.
Thank you.
Word.
Damn, I had a question regarding that.
I got something real quick. Pretty funny. It's a joke actually. If you decide to do the project with Davies, right? Since you from North Philly and he from East Harlem, y'all can maybe name it Northeast. Something like that. You know what I'm saying? Representing the Northeast, you know?
This guy.
Philly, New York.
This guy.
Fuck.
That's the edit point.
That's it. You said you don't physically write your lyrics. Or do you freestyle, or do you like construct them mentally?
I construct them mentally.
And then how do you record them? Do you record like 4 bars and then come out and come up with 4 more, or do you have the whole verse in your brain and that's how you drop it?
It depends. Sometimes I prefer to do 4 bars just so that I can lay it exactly how I want to say it.
Right.
As far as cadence and delivery of words, like sometimes doing more than that, you get to chasing your breaths.
True.
And I'm a big guy, so I can't chase my breaths on the record. Then you sound like Big, and now you get hit with that. Yo, you trying to sound like Big.
Yeah.
You're already a big guy with talent, so they're gonna put you in that shadow anyway.
Right.
So once you on the track and you too much, yeah, you doing bad. Now they say, oh, you trying to be big.
Nah, I appreciate your flow, man. Not only are the lyrics there, you know, for a Philly rapper, but also the content that with stuff going on nowadays, like, you know, you got some trap, you got some drill, you know, you got your hardcore raps. You put it all together in a dope package.
See, that come from me not boxing in my creativity.
Right.
Even with features, either I like the vibe or I like the money. But either way, we gonna get this feature done. It ain't really too much. You go send me and it's gonna be like, unless it's just a horrible song. Like, I don't have I can only rap like this. No, I can rap like anything, and I can rap in.
Oh damn, he broke up.
That's what I'm gonna say.
And you're also melodic, I noticed.
I try to be.
Yeah.
Try to be.
Especially on
That's
the
only
last
because that's
album.
what the world want. Like the world like that. So I try to fit my portion of it into each time I lay a verse, so that way I can hit for those people. Like the people that like the little melodic art, they heard some of that in there.
Yeah.
Or I see what Jonesy doing. They might not even like it every time, but to just know that they know I'm on it and I'm doing it my way and they accept it. I think that's part of the not locking myself in a box.
Right.
Correct.
The artistic evolution, definitely.
Right.
Again, congratulations on that. In hearing the 4 albums that are available on the DSPs, from 2019 to 2021, you can hear
yeah, for sure.
the growth and the
Absolutely.
progression, and that's commendable and
Evolution,
definitely
yep.
dope. To get back to Jada for a second, as we all know, there's a versus coming up. It's D Block versus Dipset. Who you got? Unbiased. Yeah.
D Block.
If you were not signed to Jada, would you still go D Block? Yeah. Oh, you
D-Block.
said you've been listening to them since.
Yeah.
You said you've been listening to the locks.
They probably was listening to the locks.
Yeah.
And I'm not. I got homies that's Dipset fans, and we've argued about it, and then they were like, "You know what's crazy? They ain't gonna win." I'm like, "They ain't gonna win."
Do you think it's gonna be a massacre?
After 10,
Yeah.
Yeah, after 10.
it's gonna get bad, or they give up early rounds to save face towards the end.
Right.
Oh, I like that strategy.
Are you gonna be in the building?
I'm trying to be. Them shit sold out.
Hey.
I got calls from people I ain't even know had my number anymore. I got DMs from people I have no clue who the hell they even are. Like, I don't know these nothing. I'm not following them. They're not following me. They DM'd me and said, "Yo, man, I need 4 tickets." I don't know what's right. I said, 4 tickets to what? And he sent me a flyer. I said, "Oh shit."
You said I need 4 tickets too, motherfucker.
He DM'd me. I got the flyer from him before I seen it on any other thing. I'm talking about first thing in the morning. Now you just breezing through your.
Yeah.
What?
Hey, I'm gonna keep it a stack. I asked the brother McCall today if he had an extra ticket or 3 for us over here at the podcast. we trying to be there too.
We trying to be there, baby.
We're trying to do a live episode from there.
That's different. That's a different thing.
Yeah, that's a tough thing, man. I mean,
you ask somebody, if you ask like, yo, you gotta get some more of them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Different. This was random.
Yeah.
Out of the blue. You don't even know who the fuck that is.
Imagine being downtown and a guy comes off the sub. You never see him. Hey, let me get some tickets to y'all show. Imagine that. You come outside and a guy like, yo, I'll be on the podcast tomorrow at 8. You like, what?
Yeah. You gonna give him
at 8.
the gas face. You gonna give him the gas face.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yo, I want to do an episode of the podcast at the gas station. Meet me there. You don't even know what gas station.
Yeah, you never spoke to him a day in your life. But
I got a question for you. You grew up in Philly. You don't have any ties at all to Baltimore at all?
I got family in Baltimore, but I don't remember them.
Okay.
Like I remember going down there little, but then they moved out of Baltimore and moved to New York. So I don't remember nothing about. I just remember going to Baltimore. And my cousin living in Baltimore, but I don't remember like
anything.
Baltimore, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I asked that specifically because there's certain words that you say that, you know, I can tell are Philly, like, not slang. I mean, like, just in the way you say it.
The tone of it.
Yeah. The vocabulary, the tone, and then some of it I get B-more for some reason. I'm like, man, I wonder if he has any ties to B-more at all.
I don't know. A lot of
just certain words.
I slick talk a little, so
yeah.
words players just fuse together like it's natural words. Well, where's that?
Absolutely. The B-more accent. When they say two.
Yes.
Right?
Two.
Is that what you're referring to?
Yeah. So
two?
yeah.
They say two.
They say like two. Yeah. And shout out to B-more.
Yeah, for sure.
Shout out to B-more.
Super dope. But I always hear that too. Like,
yeah.
Yo, just to make another connection real quick, Meek Mill was in that 12 O'Clock Boys movie that was in B-more. That he was representing B-more and shit. And you could see the way they talk. They had that accent and shit in that movie too.
Bully, my homie Bully be down B-more a lot. Big Bully be down B-more a lot. Shout out Big Bully.
Yeah, shout out Big Bully for sure. Shout out Dave East. Shout out the brother Jada Kiss for recognizing the talent and adding youth. That's super dope, brother. Now talk to me about Loud Life ENT Loud Life ENT, where you are the CEO.
Yeah.
Do you have artists?
No.
Are you
looking for artists?
Are you signed to yourself then, Jada?
Yeah.
So you have an artist.
There you go.
The best one, yourself.
Yeah.
Word up.
The lead artist.
Do you have any artists on your radar that you can speak of? If you can't speak on it, we get it.
I do. I got like artists I'm working with, but I don't like to say that they're my artists. I don't have they my friends more than anything, but they are artists as well. And I'm just trying to help them to where they can get to a level where they can figure it out and make money without having to have that. So I wouldn't put them on there, but I have my own vision of artists I would want to help. But I just know right now is my selfish time. I have to make sure that I'm right on track, or I'm gonna be holding somebody else back, and I don't want to do that.
Right.
I ain't in the game to be trying to hold nobody back because you got a hit and I need to get on it because I ain't got a hit. No, run your hit and then spin back and open the door for me. Like, so I usually, if anything, I've been using my company as like a management company right now.
Okay.
I just helping people that I deal with on a personal level with business, and we eat together. Cool. If you eat, that's cool. If I eat, even better.
Okay.
Hey man, that's a dope mentality, bro. I wish more executives in the business had that mentality. Then we would probably have less artists who have been, for lack of a better word, raped,
shelved,
mistreated, paid improperly, compensated improperly, shelved.
A lot of that stuff come from being. As much as we go put the fault on the label, you gotta put the fault on the artist because stuff wouldn't happen if you wasn't in them contracts.
That too. People have to read their contracts, get them reviewed properly, professionally.
When you rich and you looked at when you feel like you supposed to be rich or you supposed to have a certain money that you may be supposed to be due, you gotta think about when you was broke. Why did you sign that contract? You wanted this. Once you signed it. It ain't like they telling you, oh yeah, no, you giving me this money just because. No, you giving me this money because you signed this contract. This contract says I can do these things that I'm doing. You gotta take your time, man.
Yeah, I think a lot of artists are in I don't want to say such a poor, but are in a financial situation where the money blinds them to the reality of what the contract may cost them.
Broke. They just be wanting to be.
That too. Some people.
How broke can you be at 17?
Yeah.
What more broke can you be at 17?
Exactly. Yeah.
How broke can you be that you need sneakers, maybe some new clothes? Unless your parents is like down and out, we all pretty much got the same shit at 17 now. I can understand the people that's no parents, like, you know what I'm saying? Then their situation may be a little different. Their reasons for taking it right now without reading it is different. Like, brighter future blinded them. I can understand. But for the most part, man, it don't be as... You can slow down and read, man.
Yeah, it's
Take a day to save yourself 10 years of crying online, talk about a company that's never going to respond, jerk you. Like, I've never heard none of them companies respond back. Like, Sony, like, oh yeah, we jerked you, but they don't care.
No, they don't care. They got you already. They got the money.
They got the money. They don't need to respond.
Yeah, exactly.
And the bad part is the part that I think hurts the artist the most is when they are frozen out of releasing music by these contracts and by these companies. So now
that be because of their big mouth. You gotta look. There's so many music platforms nowadays. There's so many ways to eat. Don't shut all your avenues down with like fast thinking. Like, you know what I'm saying? Slow down, it ain't right. All right, start putting it together to get yourself out of it. Find out what you gotta do to get out the contract from the rip. You don't like it, do that. Other than that, you setting yourself up for a worse fight. Like, just figure it out, figure your way. And I'm only saying that from just sitting back, watching how many people did it that way. Like, I'ma blast my company. They not doing me right. That ain't gonna make them do you right.
Yeah,
they don't care.
Now they're gonna do less.
Yeah.
If they were doing nothing, now they're doing less than nothing.
Word.
Oh yeah, all right. Now we shuffle you. Keep the album.
Do you think artists can reach almost the same level of success independently now?
Yes. Only thing they might not get is awards.
Right.
True.
That's true.
Only thing you might not get is awards or as much as promotion.
Like recognition and shit, right?
Yeah.
Recognition. You can get it.
Right.
Especially you get the right TikTok record. You're a household song. It's up to you once you become a household song to make it a name. You feel what I'm saying? Like,
no. You got to keep that momentum.
Everybody know the dance that goes to the TikTok. It's up to you to make the connection of how it, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but a lot of people just run with that viral success and be like, "This is gonna be it," and that's it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they never follow up.
Work your moment. You have to work your moment. You get a moment, work it to another moment. Moments to start connecting. The next thing you know, it's your time.
And those artists that you're talking about, Harv, probably blew up off the one track, but didn't really put the work in before that. You know, there's artists that will go viral, but have put in the work, and they just, you know, put it all together, and it, you know, not only does it make dollars, it makes sense. Like an artist like Russell, for example, you know what I'm saying, who did it all virally, and you know, he had the work in before that.
Yeah.
You know?
That's the thing. Sometimes these artists aren't prepared for that second hit. They only have the one, and they think, oh, it's gonna be this or nothing, and then that's it. And once it goes by, that's it. The time is up, and next artist comes along.
Yeah, no, like your brother said, you have to have the work ethic.
Yeah,
Cause,
exactly.
You know, like Blood said, a lot of these artists, their one hit is luck. Like, that shit is just a lucky fucking lightning in a bottle. So they don't know how to follow it up. They don't have the next song ready because they're not really
They're not prepared for it. They're not prepared for it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So to any artist listening, please, please, please heed the words of the brother D Jones. Heed the words of the Great American Hip Hop Debate Podcast.
Read.
You are in a position of power today, with technology being what it is, with the ability to connect directly to your consumer, with the ability to market yourself the way you see fit, with the ability to make the music you want to make with no label pressure to produce a hit. Take advantage, put in that work, get that creativity flowing, get your shit going right. And I mean, your career, your life is in your hands. If you want to be big, put in the work, be big. If you want to be small, don't put in the work and be small.
Yeah. And cut out that middleman and get to the bag.
Yeah, hell yeah, bro.
Absolutely.
Now let's get into some albums. Shit. The first album that I saw on the DSPs, brother, was, and I'm sorry, I'm looking it up, Lifer's Playlist from 2018, actually. I'm sorry, I said 2019 earlier. Was that your first project that you put together, or is that just the first project that is on the DSPs?
That's the first one on that playlist, like that Asian market.
Here, so you had stuff before then?
Yeah, you know, mixtapes, underground mixtapes, but that was my first project that I put like on all platforms, and like, all right, and that was just a collection of just music that I had that was personal to me, or it may have been on a mixtape like earlier that year, and I feel like it didn't get the respect it should, so I went back and did some things and brought it back.
You reworked it, yeah.
Yeah, and it worked. It worked. Once I redropped that one, that's when it started clicking at people, like, oh no, he can rap. But by the time they realized that, it was already too late. That was old music.
Right.
Yeah.
Once everyone was listening to Lifer Playlist, it was like, oh, well, all right, damn, he can rap. But this is old music. I'm already 2 more tapes ahead of this.
Mm-hmm.
So I was just slow feeding it to him.
Right.
And then by the time I got the Flex, like 2 raps left off of the playlist that I didn't get to work. So, all right, I'm going to work them on this.
Right.
And that worked the way it worked. I said, oh, it ain't nothing they can do with me. They in love with music that's a year old.
Exactly.
I'm going to kill them.
Forget about
I'm going to kill the competition. Like,
now the Flex freestyle, and shout out to that. Did he reach out to you? Did he come find you? Is that how that works? I don't know how that works.
We had just came off tour. Came off tour. We was on for like 2 days. He's had to fly to LA. He did LA Leakers. And on his way back, Flex had called him like, yo, I want you to come up. He's like, man, I'm kind of burnt, Flex. I'm going to bring my guys I was touring with. He's like, all right, man, as long as they hot. He's like, yo, look, we doing Flex. I'm going to need you to, hold it. I'm like, all right, I got you. Because Shooter, R.I.P. Shooter was just becoming like a rapper at the moment. Like, he was just getting into his whole being a rapper. And Rich hot. So it was like, yo, hold it. I'm like, all right. And we went up there and
did the dance.
And how did it feel after when you put it down and you was like, yeah, I did that shit?
I knew it. I knew soon. I knew what it was as soon as I finished rapping. I ain't know what it was while I was rapping because I didn't even know I stared Flex down like that. I was honestly somewhere else.
Yeah.
I just was trying to remember the rap. In my head, I'm just 2 bars ahead, making sure they right as they delivered. when I finished and I looked around the room, the whole room was, everyone in there was going crazy. The people in the hallway, the camera people, Flex assistants. I'm like, oh, all right.
Out of body experience.
Yo,
that
just hearing that gives me chills. So I could imagine how you felt in the moment. And you know, Flex, when the rapper's really going in, he starts making the faces and shit. He's like, that's how you know, like, he's fucking feeling that shit.
Shout out to Flex.
Yeah, big shout out to Flex, man. A legend in New York. A lot of people make fun of Flex or like try to shit on Flex for whatever reason. You know, he brings the song back too much or whatever. My daughter, funny story. My daughter, who's only been to Jersey 2 or 3 times. Every time we talk, she'd be like, "Fuck, Flex still on the radio. He's still playing the songs over and over." And I'll be like, "How the fuck you remember that shit?" But shout out to Flex, man.
Y'all seen there was an article and I read, and it was about Flex and about him bringing songs back. And they went to the time when Otis premiered on his show, and they broke it down. He brought it back 46 times. The song is only 2 minutes and 51 seconds long. On the Flex show, it lasted 25 minutes. Because he kept
for Otis?
For Otis.
I'm not mad, yo.
And he brought it back 46 times.
I'll listen to Otis 46 times.
I think they said he dropped like 50 or something bombs during the fucking shit. Yo, it was funny how they broke it down.
Otis is the
like
shit,
a statistical breakdown.
He's classic. You know, you could make fun of a lot of things that are classic and staples of, you know, anything, but him being a staple of hip hop, he's just classic, and it just happens to be that, you know, he's easy to make fun of, but he's still that dude.
No, he's a living legend. His rants are legendary, and I think he DJs dope. I was always a fan of bringing the record back and, you know, cutting it up and starting it over. Like, I always thought that shit was dope. I was always super into that. He may do it a little more than necessary,
right?
But he knows how to do it. Also, he's not doing it whack. You know what I mean? It's just he does it for too long, but he scratches like a motherfucker. He be ripping that shit up, juggling them intros and shit. Nah,
we got to get him a D Jones record so he can bring it back 25 times.
Hell yeah.
Mob ties.
Yeah, yo, Mob Ties, again, if y'all haven't heard it, that's my jam personally. But also on that album, on Loudadelphia 4, and we're going to go back. We're going to rewind to speak about 3, but shit, I don't remember the name of the song, but you redid It Ain't My Fault.
Yeah.
Oh, that shit is crack. Yeah.
You named it Your Fault. Yeah. Yo, that's the shit right there.
That shit's crack.
I really like that song.
Yeah. Nah, it's dope because
we had fun with that.
Yeah, that's super dope. Everybody make sure you check out that video on YouTube and make sure you check out the song. It's off the album Loudadelphia 4. But before we get into detail on that, let's go back to 2019. You dropped Loudadelphia 3. And before we get into that, where is Loudadelphia 1 and 2?
It was one of the mixtapes that was in the series. And I got to put them on all platforms.
Yeah, please, bro.
I got to go back and put Loudadelphia 1 and 2.
Because us...
those at the time, it was like, I was doing Loudadelphia's with maybe like 10 freestyles and 3 records.
By freestyles, you mean like industry beats, not your beats.
I jump on their beats. I do 10 of those, and maybe 3 records in there.
Right. So that's
actually how the playlist came. I took those 3 records, new records that was in a hard drive that I felt, and that was the playlist.
Okay, because when you rap on somebody else's beat, like, I don't know if it's illegal. I'm assuming it's illegal to like put it on a DSP, right? Because you don't own the beat.
That's what I'm saying.
Is that how that works?
People are doing it.
People are doing it now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I gotta look into that. I gotta get Kels to look into that.
Yeah. How are they getting
how they get paid? Because
that loophole?
A lot of freestyles that they need to hear like that.
All right. No doubt.
All right, but
unless
now
they flip the beat, you know, with the different drum pattern, maybe I'm not sure.
No, because like for example, Nicki Minaj recently dropped a mixtape on DSPs, an old mixtape on DSPs, and it's unaltered. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And that shit moved like fucking 85,000 units the first week or some shit like that.
Fucking barbs.
Yeah, bro, the barbs are crazy.
See, that's why.
But Loudadelphia 3, this was your 2019 release. 11 tracks, another independent release, right? These are all being released independently.
Yes, sir.
And on this joint, you had Dope Boy with Young Chris. I fuck with that one. In the Air with Freeway. I fuck with that one. Demons. I fuck with that one. Do you recall the process of making this project, where you were mentally and stuff?
Loudadelphia 3 was, I think, I was about to go on tour. We was about to start touring. And I had like records. I was just in the studio back and forth, like New York to Philly, and I just was creating. And then I looked up and it's April. I'm like, I dropped the last 2 years on 420. I got some new music, but I have no features on it, on no songs. So I got in the city and I just started making phone calls. I had pull up and I'll play a bunch of records. You don't hear nothing? You want to get on? Let's create something. The record Gun on, the record Young Chris on, he wrote that verse in like 10 minutes. I laid it in like 10 minutes. Like, I had just finished laying it. Like, this is crazy. And like, all right, bet.
Yeah, that's classic.
Yeah, that's talent, bro. Absolutely. Shout out
It
to
was just
Gunna,
good
man.
vibes, good energy, just connecting. That's what I try to do with all Loudadelphia's. I just try to connect with the city, different artists in the city, older, younger, peers, artists I didn't work with, but I respect what they do. I just try to connect and just do something for the city, some dope music.
But you seem to be well ingrained in the Philly hip hop scene, so it looks like when you make phone calls, people show up and get busy. You know what I mean? Like they respect your artistry enough.
Janitor, like he the CEO. So when the
Absolutely.
janitor become the CEO, you always feel like you owe that guy.
Yeah.
I was my boss. He gave me a key. So you know what I'm saying? I try to always carry that energy.
Yeah.
Unless you a janitor all your life, then I would carry you like that. But
Yeah.
that's your decision to be that. Like you know what I'm saying? Once you decide, oh, I'm gonna be the CEO, you the CEO.
Yeah, you give them the opportunity to be the CEO.
And
I give everybody the opportunity, yeah.
that's a jewel, y'all. So for all the listeners, that is a jewel. Make sure y'all like really absorb that and treat people the way they're supposed to be treated. Now in 2020, you dropped "What Up Jonesy," the deluxe, and this one feels to me like
bigger production.
a truer, like more of an album. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like more songs, the sequencing, the
Let's mixtape.
yeah.
It's a little-
Do you feel that way?
No, that was the plan.
Yeah, it feels
That
like
was
there
the
was
plan.
they threw more in behind it.
I personally sat with the records more. The records I picked.
Okay.
I went to LA. I did a bunch of recording. I was in New York doing a bunch of recording, and then I sat in Philly and finished it up. And I just tried to pick the records that I felt represented how I felt at the moment. I just felt like it's your turn to take it and be whoever you like. Like, all right, this journey you've been on, you've been up and down and up and down. It's gonna keep doing the same thing unless you take it and say, all right, this where we going. So it was like, all right, no more loud this or life or that. What up, Jonesy? Like, let's get to it. Like, what you gonna do? So that was the formula I just stuck with through the whole thing.
I think that there's a track. If there's a track that's representative of what you just said, is "Lucky Me." I really like that song on that album, and it's kind of representative of what you just put out there. Like, it's my turn and it's on me.
Right.
I recorded "Lucky Me" in California. That might have been one of the first records I did for the team.
Nice.
Now you mentioned recording in Cali, in New York, and in Philly. Where's your favorite place to record?
That was hard. All of them give you with Kylie, the weather and the weed is so. It's such a.
Didn't Big say that?
Yeah.
Didn't Big say that?
That's why it's hard for me to say it, but it really is like a main like hook. And then the culture of hip hop in New York, like
Yeah.
I done recorded in Premiere where Big recorded in Kiss and all them niggas recorded that, so it's like
There's a different energy there. Yeah.
it's crazy. And then nothing like being home, like so it's like I don't know.
That's a fair answer.
That's
That's a
hard.
fair answer. I'm sure they're all super dope, bro.
Good question, good answer. Absolutely.
Hell yeah. And then we get into Loudadelphia 4, your most recent release, dropped earlier this year, I believe.
Yeah.
420.
420. All right, so is
420.
that your day? 420, like
Yeah.
Yeah, 420 you gonna get a lot of Loudadelphia 4. It ain't start off like that, but now it's like that's what it is. So every April is yo, what's up? What we doing? What it sound like? What would it take? I'm like, all right.
so everybody
How many
listening.
of them?
Yeah, everybody
I don't know.
listening, make sure April 19th, y'all DMing D Jones and texting and emailing and making sure that on the 20th
With a project.
Whatever.
we got
We
something to
got new
smoke to.
pack.
Yeah, we got something to smoke to and shit.
We need that new pack. Where's it at?
I got
Where
the
it at?
pack coming.
Absolutely. And you also dropped a single this year, Rich Off Love. I think that's one of my favorite tracks that you put out. It's featuring the homie C. Koze and Frank with the
Frank with the grippers missing.
Grippers. Yeah. How'd that song come about?
Um,
And I love the artwork. Also, before you get into that answer, the artwork, for anybody who's not aware, is like a heart, but the heart is made of stacks of money, of like G-Packs, whatever.
Yeah,
the fuck it's called. I don't know. I'm broke. I don't know what it's called. But it's a heart made of money. I think it's super dope. It's called Rich Off Love. How'd that song come about, brother?
Rich Off Love. I was in the studio just grinding. Soul is one of the artists I was telling you about. Like they my homies, so I don't look at them as artists. They just, they just my homies that I'm trying to help. So
Right.
Soze is one of those artists, and Frank is the other artist on the track, and he's one of the artists that coming up in the Philly era, we had beef, like rap beef. He was on the opposite side of the DVD I was on, so
Oh.
we never got a chance to do music, but we always had a great relationship. So I just hit him. He's like, yo, let's do it. I was in the studio, I was working, and they both just so happened to come at the same time. So I'm like, we doing this record. And I didn't know it was going to turn out to be that until it was over. And it just was like,
That's dope, man. Dope album. Does that Philly north, south, east, west beef like still exist today?
not far as rap. Philly got some whole other stuff going on right now.
Yeah.
That north, south, it don't have, no.
Nah.
Everybody
different.
working together in Philly.
Yeah, everybody working together. Everybody chasing it their own way now.
Everybody showing brotherly love.
And it seems like Philly's on the verge of another run of artists.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's like every
Yes.
region has their little, 1 year, 2 year run or whatever, and I think Philly's like right about
On
to,
the verge.
to get on their run. Yeah.
With New York kind of together, right?
Yeah.
If I'm
Yeah,
not mistaken,
yeah.
with New York.
That's how it's fanning out to look.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I
street
I
music is
wanna
coming
be
back.
forerunners of it. I just want to be one of the forerunners of it. That's it.
Yeah, and you should be,
True,
brother.
true.
You
You
absolutely
are.
should.
You are. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So carry it right.
Can you tell us what you have planned for the future? Obviously, April. We know we're expecting a new project. Will it be another Loudadelphia, or you got something new coming up?
420, I'm always do Loudadelphia.
Okay.
I think that's just something I'm always do for the city. Even if I become like multi-platinum selling, I'm always gonna just come back to Philly, find 4 or 5 of who's up and coming high, get with 2 of the artists that been doing their thing, and figure a project out. It's just
Okay.
something I always wanted to do, like make sure my city know, like I'm here for us.
That's what's up.
Kind of
Yeah.
like a compilation. That's what Loudadelphia 4 felt like, more like a compilation. More so.
For the city.
Yeah.
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 How about not Loudadelphia projects? Are you working on anything currently?
I'm just recording records. Just recording a bunch of records until something hit me. I'll probably drop again before the end of this year project, but I don't know what.
And it would still be an independent release? Or would it?
I think that's the thing I'm trying to figure out. Do I have one more before I can? Everything is so raspied up. If so, I'm definitely gonna make sure I drop a
All
great
right.
one.
That was the next
all
question. Dope, man. Do you have anything going on outside of music?
Just the basics. I got merch. I got a website, whatupjonesy.com. I got merch. Trying to help my gang get to where they're trying to get to. So I guess pushing as a CEO. Just trying to be, a dope artist.
Dope,
That's it, man. Outside of I'm about to have my first kid.
Oh, congratulations.
That just trumped everything else you said on the interview, bro. Congratulations. God bless.
Oh boy.
Oh,
God bless,
congratulations.
man.
God bless.
Wow.
God bless, man.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Wow. That's
It just
that,
seemed like
that's
everything
the
is-
future.
Yeah, like
For real.
everything is just slow rolling down right on down the way I needed to. So I just try to keep the energy same. Like
That's
I'm just
what's
gonna
up,
put a little
man.
bit more work in.
That's what's up. Wow. Congrats again and God bless.
Yo,
That's a beautiful
Papa Jonesy, word
that's
up.
beautiful
Right?
news.
You see
Papa
that?
Jones.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Everybody make sure y'all go check out whatupjonesy.com. Make sure you're following the brother
Yes,
at
sir.
D Jones on the gram. Make sure you're following at McCall on the gram. Make sure McCall, excuse me. Make sure you're following us on the gram at GAHHD_podcast. McCall is at Kells_2XS. And D Jones, damn, I didn't write yours down. I'm an idiot.
D Jones 215.
There you go. D Jones 215. Everybody make sure you're following all of those pages. Make sure you're supporting the brother D Jones. Make sure you go download his music on these DSPs. Definitely check out Loudadelphia 4 and the What Up Jonesy Deluxe. That's my favorite. What Up Jonesy and Rich Off Love. Those are my two favorites.
Word
That's
up.
love. That's love.
I like that track Blackout on Loudadelphia 4, man. Any hopes of pushing it like a single at all?
Yeah, I'm waiting for these Free and Crack they've been doing a lot of shows. So I'm just waiting for them to slow down on their shows so I can figure out a video. And then
I'm gonna say I haven't heard Petey do his thing on a track in a minute, as I heard on that one. Like, he really did his thing.
Word.
And it's funny because someone put me onto that track before I even knew that we was interviewing you. Wow. So I was listening to it and I'm like, damn, this fucking track is fire. So first, Petey, Freeway, and then you. And I really think that's gonna be a fire ass single.
shout out to Bear One. Bear One produced that. I remember that.
There you go.
We was in Bear One crib for that. We was in the basement in the jungle. Me, him, and actually it was. Listen, the crazy part is it was just me and Crack. Crack called me like, "Yo, me and you we got a record that we did on Loudadelphia 3.
Yes.
Okay.
Running the outside of town.
Right.
We did that record. Like, yo, we need another record. I'm like, all right, bet. We in the studio, we working. And then him and Free just got on the phone and started talking about old times. Free like, where you at? He like, I'm in the studio with D Jones. We work. He like, I'm on my way.
Okay.
Free, I love Free,
Came
man.
down,
Free dope.
Free came down soon. Crack was done. He's like, I'm getting on this. I said, hey, good record for me.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah. Legends.
And
all three legends.
And it ended up being a dope ass song for sure.
For sure. One
And everyone did black out. Facts.
Yeah,
Everyone
for sure.
blacked out.
Mhm.
Word up.
Good.
One of my favorite tracks on there is Wishing Well.
That's produced by Trap too. See, I'm remembering them
Nah.
now.
There you go.
yo.
You see?
That track right there is dope, yo. I fucks with that one. That's one of my favorite tracks.
That gives me the same energy as I feel like if I did like a playlist too, where I take records that I personally like, and I would put Wishing Well directly after Lucky Stars. I feel like that's like a continuation. Like
Right, yeah.
I was lucky,
A and B.
but now look, my luck paid off. Like I
Uh-huh.
became. So I feel like that was that record. Like
Yeah. No, that's
that
what's
was a
up.
good record.
Yeah, that's a dope record.
I think one thing before we move on the Blackout record, Freeway sounds like a little different.
Yeah.
Was it due to health issues, or was he just trying like a different flow, a different voice stuff?
I think just hip hop, trying, maybe a different approach to a record, going off the flow that Crack used. He just went off that.
Yeah.
I don't think it was not health wise. He's still in the same. He's always working.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Good.
Yeah.
Good for
Good.
him.
back.
God bless.
Good. God bless him, Brian. I
Yeah,
know he had a couple little rough couple months. So it's we're glad to see him back in full force. We're glad
sure.
to see Petey. Like Blood said, he delivered on that track like something almost never before and shit.
Word.
Shout out to you, definitely doing your thing, man. We wish you nothing but success, nothing but love. We look forward to what's coming next.
Man.
Absolutely, we want to hear Loudadelphia 5. We want to hear the new album. We want to hear the first album on the So Raspy.
Raspy, word up.
Quick question: do you design your merch?
Yeah.
Nice, congrats. See, so designer, rapper, father, all that.
I go through. I'll send out an idea, then I'll come back, and then I'll send it to someone else to tweak it. And it'll come back, then I'll tweak it, then I'll send it back to the original person like this, and then it'll come back how I want. So it's like I may not hands-on physically can draw it out, but I draw it out in my mind.
It's like this guy.
So it's mine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what's up.
Dope. We're gonna get into a segment. We're gonna get into a segment called 10 Shots. The brother VS is gonna ask you 10 rapid fire questions. All we need you to do is answer them with minimal thought, and then we'll circle back and talk about some of the answers.
All right, man. So 10 shots, like the brother just said. This is based on today's interview and past episodes that we had. So 10 shots. Here we go. Number 10. Since you a Philly native, we're gonna ask you, what's better, Pats, Geno's, or Ishkabibbles?
Ishkabibble.
Oh, you was right, Burnz. See? All right. We had a bet going on that one.
Locals eat Ishkabibbles. Tourists go to Pat's and Geno's.
Facts.
There you go. Boom. Number 9. We're not gonna pit D Block against these other cats. So we're gonna ask Dipset or G Unit.
Dipset.
Okay. Best era in hip hop, 80s, 90s, or 2000s.
90s.
All right. Again, another Philly question. Eagles or Sixers? Who you rocking with?
Sixers.
Okay.
Good answer.
Another Philly question, man. Your opinion, who you fuck with more, Meek or Black Thought?
Ooh.
Meek?
I personally know Meek. Yeah.
Okay, so there you go. Boom. Number 5, Big L or Big Pun?
Pun.
All right. Number 4, Styles P or Jim Jones?
Styles.
Okay.
What we talking about though? Just Styles or
Just
rap?
Rap. Yeah, rap.
All right.
Styles. Okay. Rap again. Here we go. Tupac or DMX?
DMX.
Okay, that's a good answer.
Oh wow.
Number 2, is Jada top 5, dead or alive?
For sure.
Okay. And number 1, the one that started it all for us, the Great American Hip Hop Debate. Who's the best MC, Biggie, Jay-Z, or Nas?
Biggie.
And there you go, 10 shots.
Another good answer. Word up.
Yeah. Speaking of Biggie, shout out to Biggie. He just dropped a collaboration can with Budweiser.
Yeah.
So to all my Biggie memorabilia collectors, make sure y'all get out there and grab up them cans. Save them, store them, display them. They're also doing a free concert in Brooklyn in celebration of the release of these cans, and I believe Kim and Junior Mafia will be performing. Tickets are free, but they're sold out.
That don't make sense. That don't make sense.
That is fucked up, but
Sold out.
that's what's going on. But Meek over Black Thought because you know him, but if you didn't know him and we were just asking who's the better rapper.
Yeah.
I'm still gonna say Meek. We're the same age. I heard way more Meek than I listened to Black Thought. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Not saying that Thought not one of the illest, like he's fire, but just personally I heard more Meek than that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Meek was more, his rap is more of my rap.
Right.
more relatable to you.
Rap,
Yeah,
my
absolutely.
rap, you know
Right.
what I'm saying?
Okay.
Now you said DMX over Tupac. That one, that was a surprise right there.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie. You feel more
You
connected
froze
to
up.
DMX?
Oh, DMX.
Oh, DMX?
Yeah, you selected DMX over Tupac, and I was surprised by that one. Do you feel more connected to DMX?
I like more DMX records than I like Tupac records.
Okay. There you
That's
go.
a fair
Oh, wow.
That's a fair enough question. Fair enough answer.
Hell yeah.
Best era in hip
He
hop.
gotta be connected to Yonkers somehow because he keeps saying locks.
The Locks, hello.
So rap.
No, but
I'm talking about
listen,
before he was signed.
look,
Before he was
I
signed.
gotta understand. Tupac was dead by what? 96?
96. Yeah.
Yeah. 496.
I was born in 86.
So you were 10. Yeah.
Okay, makes
he was
sense.
10
Well, I
years
was
old.
only 10.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. True.
When
true.
DMX came out, I heard the first song. I listened to the first two albums. I heard them. I listened to them. I knew them. Tupac was music I had to go back to, and it's like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
I felt like, you know what I'm saying? I was there for that.
Yeah. You were outside when DMX came out.
You watched
Yeah, I was
the whole
outside for
rise and
DMX.
stuff. Yeah.
I had a bike.
Yeah. So
All
there
that.
you go.
I wasn't in thug life.
Yeah.
I wasn't in thug life.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Absolutely. Styles over Jim Jones, rap wise. Do you think Jones has gotten better over the years?
Hell yeah. That's why I asked, what would you talk about?
Yeah.
If you talk about something else, I might have, but just bars, Jimmy got hella better over the years.
Hell yeah.
His last two albums has been keeping Dipset name.
I was gonna say, let me tweak the question. Who you think makes better albums, Styles or Jim Jones?
It's hard to say. Now that right there, because Styles' last album is just crazy.
The one he dropped like last 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, something.
Yeah,
Ghosting, I think it's called.
Yeah.
Or something?
That's it. Ghost. That's hard.
And his
So that
other
right there,
projects.
I wouldn't be able to give up a fair answer for that.
I
question.
think them two are the most consistent of their teams.
Hell
You know
yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Styles
Oh,
dropped
of
way
course.
more music than Kiss and Sheik,
Yeah.
and Jimmy dropped way more than Cam and Joel.
And they consistently drop
Absolutely.
good projects.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
Nothing
Yeah.
against Jada,
Damn,
but
y'all froze again.
we froze.
Yeah, and
Oh shit!
How we doing now?
No-
Now y'all
no-
froze.
It's gonna unfreeze shortly.
It's unstable. But
But
yeah, like you were saying,
one of the things we constantly I don't want to say knock Jada about, but something we notice is that he doesn't deliver.
Recording in progress.
He's yet to deliver a classic album.
turn your mic
Jada
back
does.
on.
Oh,
there you go.
one thing we always say, D Jones, about Jada, and no knock against Jada. We're all fans of Jada. We all love Jada, but he has yet to deliver that classic album. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That from start to finish masterpiece. You know, he's got good albums. He's got good songs. He's got good songs on good albums. But that five micer or that just play it all the way through, my opinion, he's yet to give us what we're waiting for.
Right.
Where I think Styles is a little bit closer.
Yeah.
You think Styles had the better albums?
Albums, yes.
Yeah.
I think Styles delivers more consistent albums from beginning to end. Where where Jada will give you a good album, but it's gonna have one or two or three little skips on there. And again, you don't have to agree. Personal opinion. Personal opinion. And same thing with Cameron and Jones.
Yeah.
Cam, he'll give you a dope album, but he's gonna have one or two on there that you're gonna be like, you should have probably left that
Yeah, like
one
for
off,
instance,
you know?
when Jones dropped Capo and then this guy dropped what did he drop right
He
after?
dropped Purple Haze 2.
Purple Haze 2. Capo was better.
Capo didn't miss.
Yeah, Capo didn't miss at all.
And Purple Haze 2, and I love Purple Haze 2. If you ask me my personal opinion, I think Purple Haze 2, I like it more than Capo, but I know it has a couple songs that are skips.
I think
you know.
You know what I think that Jada missed the boat on a little bit is the DSP situation where like now, like, you know, for example, Jim Jones will drop like Fraud Department or he dropped Capo on DSPs, and you know, regardless if it's an actual album or mixtape, you still get the same feel.
Yeah.
You know, Jada, when he would drop his projects, it would be on like, you know, bootleg CDs and shit. and you know, it just, you know, it don't you can't bring all those projects anymore onto DSPs and get that,
the same
you know,
feel.
digest them the same way.
Same feel,
Yeah.
Although his
he got a lot of work.
his last project, and I think this is his last project, the Ignatius album. I was gonna say Invictus. Ignatius album. That gave me more of that feel, that old Jada, like that mixtape, almost that Jada.
I don't think I skipped nothing on that one.
That you might be right on that one. Yeah,
that was a hard album.
Yeah, absolutely.
I wasn't no records on there. I was like,
Yeah, you know, it was solid.
With anybody project, you would get a. This album, this is a cool record, but I like the next record better. Let me hurry up and get that.
Yes.
I can't think of one on there like, because even when you like, no, I can let this rock to get to the one I like, and so then you start liking that one too.
Yeah. Well, that album, it was very
personal.
Yeah, very personal because it was dedicated to his man, right? But it had that theme throughout the album that it was dedicated to his man. And rest in peace. And also you mentioned earlier Freaky, rest in peace, Freaky. And I believe also you mentioned Shooter earlier, rest in peace, Shooter. Absolutely.
Yeah, man. Damn.
D Jones, again, thank you for being here today, brother. We appreciate you. We wish you nothing but success. Very quickly, we're gonna get into the
bigger ratings, bigger guests.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you, man.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you.
Thank you, bro.
We're gonna get into the love song of the week really quick. This is coming from an artist from Philly, a young producer. His name is Amorphous or Amorphous. Shit, where the fuck is the album?
Oh,
I don't know.
Give me 1 second. I'm sorry. Amorphous from Philly, young producer. I believe he's 20 years old. He just dropped an album. It's called Things Take Shape. The name of the song is The Wave. It features Brandy and James Fauntleroy.
We still not getting nothing. I know. Thought the show was done.
That is the love song of the week, y'all, for episode 73. That is Amorphous or Amorphous. That is The Wave featuring Brandy and James Fauntleroy. We lost the brother D Jones, unfortunately. We're going to call him back after the show, but thank you to him for being here. Thank you to Mikkel for hooking it up. Make sure you're following both of those brothers.
They're putting that work in.
I forgot to shout out somebody that I always shout out, and that's my bad. Shout out to the brother Ev. Shout out to Straight Fuego Studios. If you need studio time, somewhere to book to record a podcast, somewhere to record a video, make sure you holler at him at EFNR711. Book your studio
Shout
time.
out my boy.
Get that crystal clear earlobe penetration, baby.
So my bros, thank y'all. Y'all got sign-offs?
You know what it be. VS to the OP, LBE, MDMA all day. You know what we do. We here, baby. Godcast.
Absolutely, brother Blood.
Got another dope show, man. Really fuck with the Philly rappers, so this was a pleasure to have D Jones on the show. Everybody go listen to that song Chop Shop off his Loudadelphia 4 project. That's
I like that.
The hardest shit on the whole album,
That
I think.
is hard.
Besides the Blackout, it features some cat called Young Primo and Reese Bangham. So go listen to that Chop Shop, man.
Yes, sir.
Yo, my brothers, you already know, man.
Absolutely.
One love, kids.
Yes, sir.
Love you, bro.
As always, shout out to all the listeners, everybody checking in on Apple Podcasts, everybody checking in on Spotify, everybody checking in on YouTube. Make sure you hit that subscribe, like, comment, and share. Everybody make sure you're following the podcast on the socials. That's at GAHHD_podcast. Make sure you're following at The Real _V.S.O.P on Twitter. Make sure you're following at Deadass_Worldwide. Make sure you're following at EFNR711 for studio time. And make sure you're following at Comey_Joseph_.
Excellent.
And that is episode 73 of the Great American Hip Hop Debate Podcast. I am the brother Burnz. As always, chin up, chest out, carry yourself with honor, carry yourself with pride, and somebody hit my music.
Chill.